Plus, I went through a lot this year within my life, and a lot of it's been out the norm for me. So I thought, why not? Something else out the norm, why not get a bash?
I just was in a rut again. I weren't getting up doing the training. I wasn't, like, I wasn't in my lane. Like, I felt like sort of off the wagon kind of thing in everything, really. I'm struggling to get up for work, struggling to get up for training, was eating terribly again. The drinking had ramped up again. So I just was.
Many reasons. I want to heal my gut health mainly. I've been on quite a journey through my life, and I've been like trying to sort of I've done lots of the other therapy kind of stuff and like self-help stuff, and I've got to a point where I want to make sure my gut biome is doing well, because that's where it is for me. So doing this reset I've got really bad eczema, so that was one of the reasons.
Yeah, I can really relate to what Carly said about it's a lifestyle. And at first, the first time I contacted you, it was just in front of my wedding. I thought it was in April 24. And then my wife really said, you're not going to eat to 10 days. That's not going to happen.
Well, yeah, well, one of the things you just mentioned then actually was one of the reasons that I sort of carried on from the first fast, when you said that when you do the fast, all the things that are on your mind, and one of the things, because like the condition I've got, like to make it clear, is called it's MND, but it's a part of MND. It's called PLS, and it affects the lower body first. So I will lose the use of my legs, obviously, at some point, but that was the main issue. But because of that, my mind went into a sort of time clock thing where I had to get all these things done. To, don't get me wrong, there is things that did have to be done, but a lot of things that had to be done weren't mega important. I felt that I wanted to get them done before I lost the use of my legs. And it turned there.
Oh, so
Funny though, it's too funny.
It is. So people, first and foremost, for everyone that might be watching this, welcome. What you're about to, if you've got the attention span and if you're interested, is listen even to 5 other people other than me. I'm the 6th person, but I host these 10-day fasts. I've been hosting these for the last 7 years. And from the very first time I did a community fast, because I'd never at that point fasted or hosted a fast before. However, it's something that's been part of my lifestyle for many years. And without going too deep into the science, because that's not what this video is about, all I would say is this, to sum it up in layman's: if you was to join one of these 10-day Revtalise fasts, as you'll hear from people, yes, you'll lose weight and you'll be really, really happy with the weight physically. But I assure you, and again, as you're going to hear from people that share today, it's the mental weight, the burdens that you put on yourself is what you really realize that you lose over these 10 days. And that's the game changer about fasting. So this isn't going to be too long of a call. Hopefully I can keep this between 20 to 30 minutes. If you're someone at the moment that might be feeling a little bit down, lost a little bit of your way in life, sort of getting to a stage where, maybe the kids have moved on and you think, what am I now? I was a mum. Now, what am I? Who am I? These are the things as a coach that I hear on a daily basis from my clients. We all go through those anxious days, those slightly depressed days, basically mentally struggling. Then this is for you, because as you're going to hear from these wonderful 5 people from all walks of life, we've got someone from Holland, we've got me out in Spain, we've got Eddie who speaks Scottish. I'll try and do subtitles if needed. And we've got Keith down under in Oz as well, and we've got Laura and Carly in England as well. So my point is, this is a diverse group of normal people that have got jobs, that have got families, that have got lives. So all the excuses you might, I can't because of this, I can't because of that. All of these people have just finished a fast at the beginning of summer. Well, especially in England, you've had a decent summer. This is an August fast. So if there is a harder time to fast with temptations, it is this period. So without further ado, there's people on this fast that are here for the first time. And as you'll hear, there's people that have done many of these fasts. I met this gentleman. He came to my retreat this year in May. He came with his lovely, lovely wife. Shout out to Suze, wonderful, wonderful woman who's been part of following what I do for quite a few years now. Eddie thought I was a load of pants initially. I'm going to Eddie in a minute, until he turned up and met me and smelt me, and he changed his mind. But so Eddie as well. We started. By the way, you're going to hear. He started this fast as a Rangers fan. He's ended up with Celtic, so he's really changed his life. By the way, Ed, you can swear on this, so you can tell me whatever you want after. But first question.
I'm trying to bite my tongue.
You ain't been biting nothing for the last 10 days except for juice, so it deserves a bite, a bit of a nibble. Right, so Ed, first and foremost, why did you join this? Because this is your first one. Why did you decide to not eat for 10 days?
Probably due to the training I've been doing with you, and probably no shifting weight as quick as I wanted to. Plus, I went through a lot this year within my life, and a lot of it's been out the norm for me. So I thought, why not? Something else out the norm, why not get a bash? And to be honest with you, I'm glad I have. It's been a mental challenge, but it's been a good challenge. The team and the support has been brilliant. I don't think I could have done it without the team round about us, to be honest with you, the check-ins and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been a good journey.
So I know regarding your, like you said, your weight, you're happy with what you shifted because you done around the stone, basically, didn't you? Over 10 days?
10 pounds. 10
So
pounds.
just under a
stone. Yeah.
Just under a stone. Obviously, we all like to be able to tighten up an extra belt button, obviously, but more than that, genuinely, because I've not asked you this, so this is an honest. Do you notice just the feeling of feeling a bit lighter in yourself?
Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it all around, to be honest with you. I can feel the t-shirt size is dropped, which is good, and it makes me feel happy within myself. I'm proud of myself.
Fantastic. And I just want to highlight as well, because I think it is really important. You've got a busy job. You're out a lot as well, aren't you? So how have you found this affecting? Because it is quite common with people. They'll often say, oh, Jay, I'm interested, but I work, I've got this, I get up at this time. And then there's this list of excuses of why their everyday life means that they can't go through a journey like this. What would you sort of say to that?
I would say that's a lot of rubbish. I would say if you've got a busy life, it probably makes it easier for you. The only time you need to take out is to make your juices. That's the only time you need to take out, because the rest of the first 3 days is water. It's not hard to go and get water and drink water. So the hardest point for anybody that's busy is taking the time out to make their juices. Like the link that you sent myself and Callie, if they get a half decent juicer, it can be done in no time at all, and you can crack on, and you can make your juices up ahead. So having a busy life, I would say, would probably make it slightly easier. Well, I've felt it's made it a bit easier for me, because if you're busy, you're not thinking about food.
Fantastic.
You're just cracking on.
Fantastic answer. I will bounce back to you. Laura, considering this is now your 8th fast, hearing Eddie back at that point, which obviously you was at one point, it's interesting because I'm going to suggest something to you and I want your feedback. So obviously this wasn't your first. However, I would say for you this time round, with the discussion that we had prior when you reached out to me and things were being a bit difficult, I think mentally, and this is the thing about fasting, you might do this 10 times, but every single fast is different. And sometimes the need for the fast and the impact it has with the mental side of things, it's like going back to doing it for the first time again.
Yeah, no,
I
100% agree. Yeah, no, as I say, I've done many of these before, and I just was in a rut again. I weren't getting up doing the training. I wasn't, I wasn't in my lane. I felt like sort of off the wagon kind of thing in everything, really. I'm struggling to get up for work, struggling to get up for training. I was eating terribly again. The drinking had ramped up again. So I just was like, oh, I need something. I need like a reset kind of thing. And then that's where I initially come in. And because I know, because I've done it before, and after that, I know the first couple of days are really hard, but then you get this buzz thing in the middle. And that's what I kept saying to the others. There will be this buzz moment where you get there and everything's like amazing and you feel great. And yeah, that hit for day 4 with me. And then I was like, the happy place, because you just feel lighter mentally. It sort of clicks in. And yeah, as I say, I felt really, really good. And I said to my partner, I said, oh, I feel really great. I was smiling again, felt great again. I was getting up. I don't think I missed, I think, other than one morning because I had to go to work early, but I was up every morning. So yeah, it was just a real good reset for me. And I'm so, so glad I've done it. So glad I've done it.
You mentioned your partner. What was quite nice that you shared a couple of days ago was because of your other half and your daughter. Of course, I've seen you do this many times, but you said it had an impact.
Yeah, on the family.
outside.
Yeah, because I think I wasn't eating, and obviously I particularly wasn't drinking. Like that sort of then. And my partner, last week, I think he went to the gym every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, and I think like he relaxed it on Friday. But even he said to himself, he went, "Do you know what? I've had a lot more energy this week. I felt really good." So yeah, it kind of affects the family as well. Like, so he had a great week. He was like buzzing as well. So yeah, no, it's been all around a good experience.
Fantastic. And again, we will bounce about. I'm actually going to open it up in a minute, but I just want to make sure I touch on a couple of things. So I let the lady in my top right-hand corner, probably top left-hand corner, if you lot watching this, finish her mastication. Nom, 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 nom. Carly, do you want to come off mute? Right.
Hello,
So
yeah.
Carly, hello, lovely light. So before Carly starts, Carly came into this with, which I'm sure she'll disclose. She had some health stuff. I'll let her talk about, but it adds an extra pressure when you've got something that seems to get worse whilst you're fasting. The ego goes, stop, am I okay? And you had that for your first fast. You actually, you hit your wall, you overcame your wall, and then of course you had the issues that you did have flare up, which would cause a bit of anxiety with anyone. And you done the right thing. You reached out to me. And disclaimer, people, I always advise people that, and there is a point to me saying this after something that was said online recently. I always advise people, we go through the motions of if you need to see a doctor or anything else, that will always be my advice. I would never ask someone to push through something if it goes beyond discomfort. And you just know, funny enough, before we came on camera, Keith, and we're going to come to you in a bit, Keith made a comment about sometimes in yourself, you don't need to be told, you know yourself if there's something wrong. So Carly had your own battles to go through. But firstly, Carly, just quickly, why did you do the fast and then on your journey?
Yeah, so I did the fast mainly because many reasons. I want to heal my gut health mainly. I've been on quite a journey through my life, and I've been like trying to sort of I've done lots of the other therapy kind of stuff and like self-help stuff, and I've got to a point where I want to make sure my gut biome is doing well, because that's where it is for me. So doing this reset I've got really bad eczema, so that was one of the reasons. I want to fix that. And also just to have some clarity for myself, to see if I can challenge myself and do 10 days. I've done 3-day fast by myself, but what I will say is doing it, like the 3-day fast went so quickly, the water fast was so quick because we're all just sort of like getting our bearings and like chatting amongst us. And day 3 was a challenge, but I persevered. I didn't do the exercise and I just did breath work. And by the end of the day, I was a lot better. And yeah, and then a couple of days after that, I'd have been having some pain in my right side, just below my bra line. And I was thinking, is that my liver? I was starting to panic. I've been drinking plenty of water. I was like, what could it be? And so I sort of let it sit with me for a little bit. And then I spoke to Jay, and we had a good conversation. And Gazelle came in, your wife, and had said a lot as well, which was really helpful and reassured me. And you also like told me to speak to my homeopath, and my friend's a nurse. And so the homeopath was away, unfortunately, but my friend who's a nurse reminded me I've got an old injury right there from when from about 14 years ago. And actually it's exactly the same pain. I just haven't had it for so long. So it's like obviously triggered that pain. But my thoughts are that whatever, because that was from an epidural, and it caused significant problems. I'm wondering if it's the reason why it's flared up is because I'm expelling whatever toxins they put into my, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I'm feeling, and it's still hurting now, but I'm just going with it. It's not as painful, and it's like coming a little bit lower. It's like sort of soothing and going away. And so and also my eczema flared up really badly 2 days ago. It has gone down a little bit today, this morning when I woke up, which was a relief. So I'm still going to continue, because I think that eczema is not just going to be treated within 10 days. My eczema's been with me my whole life. I'm not going to treat it just within the 10 days, but this is the start of treating it, and not to go back eating bad things and just have healthy gut stuff going on. And like, we're going to carry on the chat, aren't we, with like nutrition information. That's going to keep me going to like move forward with, because this is a lifestyle. It's not just for 10 days, is it? This is a lifestyle. And anyway, I'll leave it there. Thank you.
Bang on, no, not at all. We'll bounce back across, but that's a perfect segue to where I was going to go next, which was to Arjun. So Arjun, who is either down there or down there, depending on which way you're watching. Arjun is based out in the Netherlands, and I know that I got to meet Arjun and his lovely family. Shout out to all his wonderful family when they was here in Spain. They popped over. We had a chance to meet. But what I do know about Arjun, and again, this is the lifestyle thing. Arjun's an extremely busy person, as in work-wise. He's got his own. He's not got the luxury of having a salary. He's worked hard to get into a position where he's his own boss. But that comes with a whole lot of other types of pressures, as well as being a full-time husband and a dad. And just like anyone else, being a father with children, there are other challenges that you, again, and the reason I'm emphasizing this stuff is often people will use in their mind all the excuses of what they've got to do in their life to say why they can't take these 10 days out and still do the things that they have to do in their life. Arjun has not been able to make every single call and whatnot because of his lifestyle, but he's completed the fast for he'll correct me if I'm wrong, his third time, still going through the motions of everything he has to do on a daily basis as well. So Arjun, sorry, a little bit of backstory for me. But yeah, how is, you can touch on anything I've said. How has this been for you as well, mate?
Yeah, I can really relate to what Carly said about it's a lifestyle. And the first time I contacted you, it was just in front of my wedding. I thought it was in April 24. And then my wife really said, you're not going to eat to 10 days. That's not going to happen because there's too much stress in the family. So then I skipped. But in February 2025, I attended my first one, and now she's really relaxed. She knows that I can cope with it. And now this was the third time. It was extra challenging because it's in the summertime. I'm in festivals and between two stressful big weekends and children vacation and stuff like that. So it's like a really good cocktail of stress and busy. But the only thing I regret this time was that I didn't do the breath work enough. I did it once or twice, so that was difficult to fit in my mind because there's always time, but you have to make time in your mind to do it. So that's the only thing I miss, but really proud to have this challenge one because I had a lot going on, a lot of food around me, a lot of holiday vibes, a lot of work stress, but it really helped. It really helped to stay focused and calm. And yeah, I had one dip, and then I took the breath work, and that was like my epiphany this time. Like the breath work is fuel, and you told us, Jay, like breathing is fuel, and I really noticed it this time because I didn't do it regularly. So it stood out that when I took the breath work, it helped me really well. So it's more of a complete package. You start with like losing weight for your wedding, and now you see that it helps you in the lifestyle. And how you do one thing, you do everything. Like Keith told us, I'm doing this for my mental resilience to prolong with the fast, and that's really good because that way. I've already noticed that I have more discipline in my life, and because I can do this for 10 days, why can't I do other stuff? Why can't I do my agenda really good? Or yeah, it's really a mental game that you are winning after these 10 days.
I just, before we go to Keith, I want to touch on something you just said there for me, which is, so as I shared with all of you guys, I had a massive reason why I needed to get this fast under my belt. And I've done so many of these over the years. It's what you just said there at the end, Arjun, is I worked my way mentally into a state where, again, I was telling myself all the things that I wasn't doing. In my mind, I ain't done this yet. I've got to do it. I've got to retreat. I've got to do this. Again, just chasing it. It's all in my mind. And then when you fast, what it does, and there is a transitional period, and there's a whole anatomical reason why it happens, but it does happen. Hello, Arthur. But the point is, there is a shift. You literally turn on, it's almost like you turn on your logical common sense brain that gives you a knock, says, hold on, do what you can do. And all of a sudden, you start doing one thing at a time. And all of a sudden, you just start realizing you chip away all the things that you were telling yourself, I'm behind on that, I ain't done this, I ain't done that. And it turns into me, what you just said there. It's almost a leverage. Whenever I start doubting, I go, yeah, but Jay, you didn't eat for 10 days. That is so much harder than what you're telling yourself that this thing is, that you're now worrying that morning turns into that afternoon, that day, all of a sudden, now you've got this thing constantly on your mind. You think, hold on, I stopped eating for 10 days. That is so much harder. And it does. It might sound really, that's how I experience it. It's my reminder, and that's what this fast has done for me. It's reminding myself that normally in life, the problems I think I have, I cause. No one else. I can't blame anyone else. It's all on me. And as soon as I take that accountability and ownership back, by giving back to myself, it's funny how we all get to this feeling, what we're feeling now on day 11, which is just wholesome, assured, confident, feeling enough. And that, for me, is the whole point of these fasts. Keith, I've left you till last. So Keith has had massive health reasons of why these fasts. This was his 9th fast. 9 times he's done this. This is 9th time. And you've done this. We met 3 years ago for a West Ham channel. Oh, by the way, for those that do end up watching this on my West Ham channel, I'm West Ham. Keith's West Ham. I'm pointing probably at the wrong areas. Laura's West Ham, wherever she is. Arjun is now a Hollandish Hammer. Eddie's just always been West Ham. He just didn't know it. And Carly's. So we're all Hammers here. But I met Keith for a West Ham channel. And a point in your life where you had physical difficulties that was, you didn't bring them on by lifestyle, really. This is something that unfortunately you got diagnosed with. And it took so much away from you. And you've been chipping away back to where you are now, including carrying on this fast. Keith's not stopping. So Keith, he's done. In fact, he's already coming to the end of day 11 because he's in the upside down world. So Keith, whatever you want to say, you say whatever you want to say, mate.
Oh, yeah, well, one of the things you just mentioned then actually was one of the reasons that I sort of carried on from the first fast, when you said that when you do the fast, all the things that are on your mind, and one of the things, because like the condition I got, like to make it clear, is called it's MND, but it's a part of MND. It's called PLS, and it affects the lower body first. So I will lose the use of my legs, obviously, at some point, but that was the main issue. But because of that, my mind went into a sort of time clock thing where I had to get all these things done. To, don't get me wrong, there is things that did have to be done, but a lot of things that had to be done weren't mega important. I felt that I wanted to get them done before I lost the use of my legs, and it becomes such an issue in my mind. Now, I originally went on the course, which was coaching, and then you put me onto the first fast. But one of the things you said was that when you do the fast, all those things after day 3, all you're thinking is I am starving hungry and I want food. And that's like 100% true. And to get through that and then get through the fast was just so powerful for me that that's why I carried on doing them, really, because I knew it gave me the power, mental power to be able to get over those hurdles every time. And, I do them regularly, really, because there is times that things go wrong with me or stuff in my life that I need it again, and that's basically why I've done them again. And I do enjoy them. I'll get to the point just before them, I look forward to them, and in about a week before, I still question myself whether I can get through them. But like Laura said, the thing I look forward to is day 4, because once I hit day 4, the clarity's there, and I don't feel hungry, and I know that I'm going to finish it. And when I do, it's just so powerful. And the reason that I'm carrying on this one is basically for the same reason, that mental reason of carrying on. Obviously that the weight loss is great, and even the breath work, because of the time zone difference, it's been awkward. But the breath work, I still carry on even this morning because of your advice when you've got headaches, or like if I feel a little bit lightheaded, I've done that and it's worked out really well. But my main thing that's kept me going, apart from obviously your advice through it, and your energy really, is the group. Like I couldn't do it without the group, without any shadow of a doubt. So even though I'm doing extra days, I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for the group, because I couldn't get through the 10 days without them. So yeah, basically that's it really.
Fantastic. Right, we're going to open this up now. Something Keith just said was actually what I wanted to have as the first part of the open discussion. Like I said, don't matter. So I'm going to place everyone. I'm going to place the question. If anyone has a thought on it, just go with it. If anyone talks over each other, like I said, we'll find a pattern. But what Keith, like the fast, really, there's different milestones you hit. The first 3 days is just water. That's like the first milestone. Then you get through day 4 and 5 with juice, and then you've sort of done, I've done halfway, and then it's the last bit. But for the record as well, people, I fast regular. I hit a wall every single time. I'm very open to share it. Sometimes I never used to as much in the fast. Sometimes I remember one fast when I was hitting the wall, when someone phoned me up and was having a complete meltdown, and I literally felt like saying at that point, being completely honest, fuck off, mate, leave me alone. I'm having my own meltdown at this point. I'm dying here, and now you're adding to it, right? I'm human, so I don't ever approach this like I'm back. I need the walls in my life. For me, there's a reason why. And I don't think I've asked any of you this before. Not well, obviously the two newbies definitely not, but this has never been a question before. I've realized in this fast that it was the wall that I needed to hit, and I hit it twice. I needed that wall in this fast to get to this stage. There's this day 11 feeling. And I don't want to say any more than that because I'll give my reasons after. But yeah, what's people's thoughts on that? Because everyone hits a dip. Yeah, I don't know if people, you can start off however you want. You want to share your dip, how it went, how it felt, why you need it, or why, whatever. Open mic.
When I hit a wall on I think it was day 3, and I felt like I couldn't move, and I was like, it's only one more day, and tomorrow I get the juices, and I just leaned into the breath work, and getting through that was like, after I got through that, I had some stuff that has been going on. I'm not going to get into it on air because it's all a bit messy. That was going on in my head. It's been going on in my head for ages, and I don't need to sort it out, but it needs to be sorted out, just, and it all just came to me after then, and I've sorted it all out now, and it's all fine. So there was like, after that mental block of like, for months I've been having this on my head, and and then getting through that like challenge of persevering when I thought like I had to go back to bed until and get Arthur to come back into bed with me until like 8 because I was just like, oh, I was shaking and feeling really rough. And yeah, and then after that, persevering through that and that mental clarity, by Saturday, I was just like, I just felt so happy and elated. I was so excited to do the juices, but I'd like got through such a hard barrier and accomplished not just with the fast, but in my life as well. So that was great.
I'd say my barrier is always probably it is the first 3 days really, because it's the thought of not being able to get through the first 3 days, mainly because of the hunger pains and stuff like that. But even on the first fast, at the end of it, on day, I think it was day 10, I went out and helped a friend of mine, and I sat in his van, and he was starving hungry, and he went in and got a McDonald's and sat in the van next to me. He did say, "Is it all right?" And strangely, I just said to him, "I'm really not bothered," and I wasn't bothered. And I just thought that's the what comes up every time, really. It's those first 3 days, and I know that if I can get through it.
Is everyone froze? No, is everyone froze?
Every single one of them because of the hunger.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Keith. I think that's my blocker as well. My blocker was the thinking about the 3 days of just water. Because I'm not a great water drinker, to be honest with you. I don't drink a lot of water. And I can't believe the amount of water that I've drunk through this. And long may it continue, to be honest with you. The salt in the water has made a massive difference to me.
What salt? What salt?
The Celtic salt, just to make that clear. Celtic hammers.
I love you too.
I
So
think
go,
for me,
go on, Laura.
sorry,
No, go, Laura.
no, for me, I always hit the wall at the end, and this is why I find it really important to do it as a group because I go for the water fast. That's fine, I can do that bit. I often quite do a water fast myself, like a couple of days, and then I hit the buzz till about day 8 or 9. And I don't know mentally, I think when I get past 7 days, my brain says, you've done 7 days now. What is the point? 7 days. You've not ate for 7 days. What is your problem? Don't worry about it. You can eat now. And this is when I have this big mental battle. And that's when the group hits because I think, no way, I ain't letting Eddie down, I ain't Arj down, Keith down. I ain't letting Kylie down. And that's when I push through them last couple of days because I think, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not letting them down. And I think that's what's more important for me to do it as a group and just as like trying to do it yourself because your brain does say, why you got to carry on for 10 days? Why 10 days? And I think so for me, it's not the first bit, it's the end for me, the end bit. But then once I do it, I think, yeah, I'm glad I've done it now. Totally glad I've done it. But yeah, that's where the element of the team bit comes in for me. So I think, no, I ain't letting any of them down. No way.
I really can relate to that, like the humor and you can complain and have fun with all the stuff around you with a drawer of candy on your work, or for me, like people leaving leftovers, not eating their ice cream, frustrating, and you can share it in the group and have fun about it. So it's really a relief. And for me, it was like on day 4, I was like sweating, really not feeling really good, but then felt like I have to do the breath work. The one of the hardest sessions of breath work I had, really, and but it was somehow I did it really effective, like shivers all around, like it was really good. And after that, I felt really well. So I'm glad that I could handle my dip really quick. So I was really quick over it. And yeah, for me, it's 3 times different moments. The time before this one, it was being too late with my juices, having to make my juices when I really needed the juice. So that
Licking
that
your
was a
finger.
good break. Yeah. But yeah,
Can I just
it tastes
sorry, go
always
on.
different. Every fast is different. Every wall is different.
I was just going to say that one of the things that Eddie said, I didn't realise, I didn't sort of say it myself, but I do agree with him because I am really bad at drinking water most of the time. Like my wife Nikki, she's always saying to me about having enough water, and I know that's one of the things that I need to do with my legs. And I think one of the things that the fast has taught me is about drinking water, and it's more habit forming now that I've been on the fasts, whereas previously I just didn't don't know why. I just thought the things that I ate and drank during the day, like tea, would be enough, but obviously it's not.
No, what I've found, Keith, is water's a good flusher, mate. So it'll probably help you a lot. You know what I mean? It flushes everything out your system. So it probably will help you, mate. You should maybe keep that up as well. And fingers crossed, it'll be a wee saviour for you.
I might need to get one of those caps, where you got a couple of bottles either side, and a couple
With
of
the straw,
straws,
yeah.
and walk around with
If
that.
you do, Keith, I want to see that. I want
Yeah,
pictures.
and then you can wear
All
Laura's
right.
the glasses Laura had on at the beginning as
Yeah,
well. You look
yeah.
like a right case.
But I really learned through the fasts. Now I have like every day, not only while I'm fasting, but I start the day with a half a liter of water. And I know if I
Nice.
don't do that, I didn't start my day really well. So that's in my mind. Just start with a half a liter of water, and then it will help. It will help you drink more water during the day, and it will help you. Yeah, I had some headaches this time, and it really helped me to just start the morning with a good load of water.
Amazing. Good advice. Yeah, it's a great way to start the day. 100%. Right, people, I don't want to take too much more of your time. I think Eddie's gone off for a little pee break. Oh, he's back. So listen, what we will just go around very quickly on it. Well, I want to just say from my perspective, then we'll end on you guys. So the next, for anyone that's watching this that is interested, the next fast is going to be in November. So if you're watching this, whatever social media platform it's on, there'll either be an opportunity to leave a message or a comment or whatever. If you just comment fasting, I'll send you a discount code for the next fast in November as well. These fasts, as you've now heard, everything you've just heard is all the credence that you need, rather than me talk about it, which I could, but I'll just be the guy selling it. You've heard it from people that there'll be someone on here that you will resonate with, because they'll, just like you, have a life just busy with kids, with this, with that, with a health issue, whatever. The truth is, it does not matter what you have going on. The last fast I did, a 70-year-old beautiful lady called Jan, Nana Jan from the West Ham channel, she done it. Went in with a high diabetic reading, came out, I paid for a blood test privately to get the proof, came out afterwards, her blood readings read not good for a diabetic, read good for someone without diabetes over 10 days. These are really, really powerful purges. We don't have to go into medicinal reasons because we don't need to get into that. This is just a really simple logic. It goes back way before allopathic medicine. People have been fasting for thousands of years. And if you've got any doubts about the power of fasting, or you want to see it in its natural state, if you've got a cat or a dog or any form of pet indoors, what do? How do you know that they're sick? Oh, he's not eating his food, because they know. In fact, cats will go out and eat grass to make themselves sick, to get it out of their system. Nature knows how powerful fasting is. We've just got so detached from using something that costs us, actually, well, it does cost you a bit of money. You pay for my services, so it's not free. It's free outside of me. But anyway, my point is something. It's just by stopping putting something in your mouth for 10 days, what it does, as you've just heard, is fantastic. So I'm just a quick fire on this one. Arjun, why would you recommend to all your other parts, the Dutch on the left-hand siders, to do this fast in November?
to change your life for the better. And that's the global thing. So yeah, the weight loss is nice. The focus is nice, but it's the complete package. It will start something in your life that for the better.
Fantastic. Keith, why would you, mate, recommend someone doing this?
Because I think it's the most powerful thing you can do for your mind. Weight loss aside, it's the most powerful thing you can do for your mind that there is. Unless you're going to win the 100 meters or something like that, you won't get a buzz like the end of a fast without any shadow of doubt, and you'll feel pretty proud of yourself, and you'll do yourself so much good. It'll be incredible.
Fantastic. Laura?
I think if it's the mental clarity for me, you know, if you're in that rut, you're sort of not in your lane, you know, you're procrastinating on everything. You're not getting hit in the gym, you're not eating right, you're drinking a lot, and you just want to bring yourself back into a real beautiful place, then it's got to be the fast for me. It's brilliant. Really brilliant.
Fantastic. Carly and Eddie's going to be totally different for you. I've got something special planned for Eddie. I'm going to leave him till last. Carly, as a first timer, why would you recommend it? And are you coming back for more?
I will definitely be coming back for more. I would recommend it, you know, because one, it's really challenged me, and it's like given me that reinforcement that I sort of already knew, but sometimes let that doubt, you know, the ego comes in and tells you you're not bloody good. You can't do anything. So I needed that. You know, especially at this point in my life, I needed to just a little reminder that I was on the right track. And this was that boost that I need to, you know, move forward with my next new set of goals. So it's a great hurdle. I think it's been great, and I'm really happy with my results.
That's amazing. So Eddie, you've got a list 10 ways that you've now learned that you love me even deeper than you did prior.
I actually prefer fasting than you.
You'd rather stop eating than put up with me.
Yeah.
That's quite harsh.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That's powerful. That's a powerful sell.
That's powerful. That is.
I'm still looking into ways to get rid of your body. Actually,
Right.
cut that bit out in case something happens to you.
Yeah. Evidence. Right. So the same as Carly, basically, as a first timer, why would you recommend it, and would you be coming back for more?
I would say I would recommend it for a total detox of your body, mental clarity, and a total reset. If you're going through any issues or stuff like that, it would probably help you get a clearer mind to move forward. Maybe not give you all the answers that you're looking for, but it would totally help you, definitely. And I would recommend them to try it, just even if it's one time, just to give it a go, just for the mental challenge alone.
Fantastic. And do you think you'll be coming back for more?
I probably will. I probably know when I need to come back. I don't think it's a thing that I'll do all the time, but I think it's something that I would come back to if I needed it. Definitely.
Fantastic. And thank you everyone for the difference and authenticity and the honesty of answers, because that is what it's all about. It's about a choice. So whether you choose to do this once and just put it under your belt on the bucket list of I stopped eating for 10 days, because to put things in perspective, I said this to the guys when we did the day 10 evening meditation call, there are, and this is always a balancer for me, genuinely millions of people around the world that have been fasting for way longer than 10 days, not by choice, because they haven't got access to food. And that for me is always a reminder, and it humbles me, because we are very lucky in the Western world or wherever you are, just to have access to food and water, drinking water, because unfortunately that's not the case. It seems we take that for granted. And I think a fast, for me, reminds me of that. You know, being able to eat is a sacred thing. Breaking bread with these guys this morning is lovely. We do that every day, 11, before we come on our press record. We sit there, not everyone, some people didn't eat this morning, and we eat together, which is a lovely thing to do, because it brings back that sacred bond with food and community. It's a lovely thing to do. You know, it's a shame that not enough families sit down at the dinner table together as well. Off screens off, just sit down, talk, enjoy that privilege, what it is to eat. That doesn't, by the way, take away what I said about people not choosing to fast, the fact that it is an achievement by choosing to do it. And even if you do it once, most people in their lives, and there's billions of people in the world, most people in their lives will not stop eating for 10 days. They just won't see the sense in it, which is a shame, because as you've just heard, there is a massive, massive benefit. So thank you, you lot. Stay on. I'm going to end the recording. Just stay on for a moment. But thanks very much. If you got this far and listened and you want to reach out, like I said, just comment fasting under wherever you see this video, and I'll send you a discount code. And if you want to get in touch with more questions or for more information, please do. But otherwise, as always remind yourself that you are enough. Thank you very much for listening.